there are strong views on this one.
What if you?
You know,
We ready to rock? You
I
guys
don't
all
know.
set?
So,
You know, I was
Still with
born
me,
ready,
Kai?
motherfucker.
We are. Amen.
Hey, let's go.
I don't want either of these teams to lose. I just
Good
want
luck
to
to
put it
all
out
of us.
there. I like both these teams, and it's going to be disappointing to see one knocked out so early in this competition. Pastafarians, we saw early on in the competition, rising up from a newcomer slot. Nobody knew who they were. Nobody knew who their players were. Bam, week 1, victory. Bam, week 2, victory. Challenge the champions, the paddling just being taken out. We were so excited to see them come in and win after such a short amount of time. Didn't happen. We saw it again with Polaris as well. Again, paddling just managed to knock them down.
fun fact, actually, unless I'm very much mistaken, and that has happened quite a lot over the past few weeks, it was actually Polaris that took down Pastafarians.
It was the...
I think. Or it might have been Raft, actually. You know, I'm going to be quiet now because the match has started.
Alright. So, red team, the Northern... Oh god, what are they? The Northern Air Fleet... something.
Northern Air
NAFS.
Fleet ship. I think they're just NAF.
Okay, sure.
They're NAF.
We have
The ships are NAFs, but they're NAF.
We have a Metamidian front with a Howitzer Artemis side. That's interesting. Long-range disabling. Long-range snipe disable, I guess. And a long-range armor kill. Very interesting.
That is very, very odd because I'd say that really the Artemis and the field gun are essentially the same weapon with different effective ranges.
No, absolutely not.
No, not the
wrong,
same weapon,
wrong.
but like
Let me...
same, the same role.
No.
Component killing.
No. The Howitzer kills armor. The field gun kills armor. The Artemis has shatter and explosive damage, meaning it's doing more damage to the hull, less to the armor, and shredding some components at long range. So it's probably looking to take out the front guns of Pyramidians as they come in and try to shred that armor and get the explosive damage from the Artemis. Whereas you've got the Metamidian front for brawling in close in the rocks. The Messerschmitt is running, ooh, Lumberjack Squid. Interesting choice in close like this. A double flamer. Why? Why double flamer? The flames... Oh, I don't like flamers at the moment. Obviously, Sky Raider knows something I don't because I just think that's going to lack any form of killing power at all.
But then again, that's what the Metamidian's for.
Sky Raider, I'm disappointed, bro. Alright, on the Pastafarian side of the canyons, we have, ooh, Mortar, Gatling on both sides, and a Gatling front. Interesting, lots of armor shred, and then the Mortar having, I believe it's a double explosive.
It could be. On the notes that Paradox was kind enough to provide to me after I kept screwing up, it actually says the Mortar is actually a very effective close-range, damagey, destroy weapon. So that's something.
I can
damaging,
actually...
destroy weapon.
I can
What is wrong with me?
Pastafarian's running in. The Pastafarian guy, Ladouche, is really getting double focused down as he charges in early, well ahead of the Die Walker. I'm just going to call it Pyramidian Junker. Those names are just way too long. The Hammerfell is just sitting on that Pyramidian. Gat Flat combo opening up. The Messerschmitt taking a lot of damage from the Mortar Gatling combo on the side of the Die Walker. At the moment, the Pyramidian's got its armor back up. The Messerschmitt in a terrible scenario. The armor was quite low for just a second there. It is pop. Both the NAFS ships popping kerosene to try and get out of there. Phoenix Claw and the Messerschmitt trying to turn around, get that Lumberjack in, destroy that balloon. If I was him, I'd focus down on the guy Ladouche. They've got to try and take out that main form of fire there. They've got to take out that frontside brawler. Come on, Messerschmitt.
That is odd, because I've been told, and this could be very wrong by the way, I've been told that kerosene provides roughly the same benefits, or a slightly lesser benefit, to turning in the same way that Phoenix Claw does. So having both on the same ship, but Hammerfell goes down.
Broadside from the Die Walker and Guy Ladouche just firing into the Red Pyramidian, the Hammerfell, and just shredding it apart. That Gat Flak and Gat Mortar combo, dear God, actually tearing it apart. The Messerschmitt doing very much the right thing at this point, backing up. He is going to back into a rock if he's not careful. Sky Raider! Look out! Yeah, and there it is. There is all momentum lost. Wow, the Messerschmitt closing in quickly with kerosene. Very nicely done by the Messerschmitt, passing over the top of the Die Walker, and the Guy Ledouche switching his momentum, passing around the rock here. Very nicely done with Hammerfell closing in on Die Walker. Hammerfell possibly needs to go after the Guy Ledouche.
Whoa!
No, he manages to take down the Guy Walker. Beautifully done by the Hammerfell.
That's the sheer raw power of a Metamidian on an unprepared ship.
Beautifully done by Guy Ledouche. He realizes his allies down. A split second later, that tar barrel is up in that gap of the canyon. Slow the pursuit. They've got to go around it or risk a lot of shredded engines.
Then again, I don't think that either of the red team, I don't think either of the Northern Air Fleet ships are going to be that concerned with the damage to be dealt, because throughout most of these fights, they seem to have kerosene on almost constantly.
Let me just go look. The Pastafarian Guy Ledouche, which we didn't get to, is running a Metamidian loadout with a Artemis flare. Very interesting to see people still using the Artemis, I feel. They nerfed it too hard. I will put that out there. I think it's not a good weapon anymore. It's interesting to still see people using it in competitive play. Maybe I should reform that decision. But then again, they're only using it on the side. The amount of times they'll touch those side guns in this game will probably be zil.
Ledouche is trying to go around and flank, but it's really not going to work out for him. He's clearly out there.
I don't know. There's the Artemis. As soon as I say they won't fucking use it, what do they hop on and use? Now, I think this is a bad decision by Guy Ledouche. The balloon is already destroyed. 2 lumberjack shots, beautifully done by the lumberjack gunner, which is the Grand Regent. Oh dear. Yeah, and that's exactly what I expected to happen. A charge into a Pyramidian goldfish is not going to go well for you. The lumberjack, while it is primarily for shredding balloons, does also do quite a bit of damage to the hull, I find. So when you've got that and a Metamidian firing into you, you are going to go down. You are going to go down quickly. Why would you charge in so ahead? Yes, the Die Walker was there to support, but I would expect him to be a bit closer, tanking a bit of damage, and that is a nice quick double kill. Guy Ledouche trying to come in and save his ally. Fair enough, I'm not going to accuse him of meat grinding here because he was very close. He could have gotten in there quick enough, but the red team performing an extremely quick kill. Ram on the Messerschmitt, correct, not managing to take down much of the armor, and the Guy Ledouche has decided to just pass on through, thread the needle between the two ships, and hopefully get out of there without taking too much fire. He's lost too much momentum.
That is a big-ass needle.
Oh, he's lost too much momentum trying to avoid that. There's the tar barrel. Nicely done. Straight into the Hammerfell's face. The Hammerfell has turned to try and avoid it.
It more than turned. It bounced off the cliff.
There's the Gat flak into it still. They're not holding their shots on the flak. They're just unloading at the same time, trying to bring that armor down with everything they've got. Guy Ledouche only just getting the armor back up. No components are destroyed at this point, as we can see on our overlay. And the Guy Ledouche has managed to get most of his armor back up. Hammerfell popping kerosene to try and group up with a Messerschmitt. Messerschmitt charging in slightly before the Hammerfell. Messerschmitt manages to get Guy Ledouche's armor balloon down. The armor quickly falls to Hammerfell as well. And now the Die Walker is in a 2v1 scenario again. Oh, Pastafarians, I'm so sorry, but it looks like this is M&S's game unless you can pull a fucking miracle at this point.
Well, we have seen Pastafarians do well, more, essentially. I think we've actually seen them come back from a 0-4. Might be wrong, though.
We might have.
No, I might be thinking of I don't even know anymore. But yeah, it does seem like Pastafarians are in serious dire straits.
With the Die Walker's balloon down, the Hammerfell overshooting the Die Walker a bit with its... it looked like it halted its momentum a bit, so it's managed to get its armor back up. The Guy Ledouche focusing down on Messerschmitt. Overshot has actually turned on the Hammerfell. Hammerfell having the more damage. I would say that's the right choice. The Die Walker can hold up. Yeah, there we go. Nicely done. Guy Ledouche, Die Walker need to focus in on Messerschmitt. They need to get this kill quickly and regroup. Will they be able to do it? Quite likely. There's a bit of flame into Guy Ledouche. Guy Ledouche has overshot. Very nice piloting from Sky Raider. The Messerschmitt passing through the two ships. Guy Ledouche using, a little bit of kerosene to get some faster backwards momentum. The Messerschmitt's got a lot of ground on them. However, Hammerfell is on the other side of the canyons. Tricky. Die Walker components are destroyed. Messerschmitt's got 2 of his engines down. I don't think he's going to be able to actually get away from this.
I'd say that the Pastafarians have 20 to 30 seconds to finish off the Messerschmitt before Hammerfell arrives. Otherwise, they are in trouble.
I would actually say a little more. I don't think the Hammerfell's trying to come in to save him. I think they're going to consider it a case of meat grinding. If he does, they're going to give the Messerschmitts up, maybe? I don't know. That's some beautiful backwards moving by Messerschmitt. Holy crap. Some beautiful use of kerosene, but the Messerschmitt is going to fall anyway. And like I said, the Hammerfell has hung back just a bit. He's ready to engage should the Messerschmitt have come closer, managed to get away. But as we can see now, he's able to back up quite nicely. And the Messerschmitt is spawned in a position in which he can regroup with the Hammerfell. We're going to see another engage. NAFS, the Merry Northern Storm, the Northern Air Fleet, needing only 1 kill to win the match. The Pastafarians, the Die Walker and Guy Ledouche, needing 2. So they need to get a double kill, and they have the health disadvantage here. Die Walker having taken some damage already. Is that going to be apparent on the ship's character model? Yes, it is. The Junker is bent and warped, so they're going to be able to tell at a range that the Junker is very hurt. The Messerschmitt, the Hammerfell grouping up.
I mean, there is a very real chance that a couple of the players from either teams might not have actually seen the Junker all that much and seen it in that much damage.
True.
It might be that they think that's the natural model. Who knows? I mean, I wouldn't recognize it at range unless, I'd actually played with it a little. Still, I think that the next battle is going to be fairly interesting. Both teams are being cautious because they know that if they lose this one, they're out of it. And no one wants to go out in the straight away. No one wants to be the first one to lose in the finals.
For those who don't know, the Cogs is a single elimination. You get 1 match. It is not best of 3. It is 1 match to prove your worth in the most all-for-one fight possible. Oh,
it gets pretty tense. What Pastafarians have to do here is they have to make sure that whichever ship Hammerfell decides to focus on is, able to survive the damage.
Neither team knows where neither team knows where they are, and they are just on the other side of a fucking cloud to each other.
Well, yeah, but the stream is on roughly 10 seconds, so that means that they know where each other's are because we've got to put the delay on.
No, the delay should be on.
It's 10 seconds.
Interesting. I might change that. Alright, well, it looks like the Messerschmitt and the Hammerfell are going to pull out. The Guy Ledouche is dropping down out of the cloud to try and get some vision. We've got a spot on the Messerschmitt. Will this mean an engage from the Pastafarians? Oh, there's some shots. So the Hammerfell and the Messerschmitt now know there's someone behind them still. They were wondering. They were thinking the Pastafarians were passing into the canyons, but that is not
we've seen them do it before.
We have. We saw that big ring of Rosie, was it last week or the week before?
I was talking about this match, actually.
And that was Northern Fjords.
No, I was talking about this match where we saw the Pastafarians, I think it was Ledouche, sneak through the cliff, essentially.
Alright. Here we go. Hammerfell and Messerschmitt engaging on the Guy Ledouche and Die Walker. Hammerfell taking a lot of focus fire. Messerschmitt hitting those shots quite nicely on the Guy Ledouche. Hammerfell rising up to try and avoid those shots. He's avoided, I think, just enough for him to be able to survive without losing any health. The balloon is down on the Guy Ledouche. At the moment, the armor is managing to hold. They're not doing a whole lot to it at this point. The balloon goes back up as the Messerschmitt misses a few of its lumberjack shots.
Die Walker is landing a lot of shots on the Messerschmitt, though.
I don't think it's going to be enough at that range to
It's definitely not going to be enough, but it is going to be enough to push the Messerschmitt back.
Oh, wow. The Hammerfell moving a bit out of position, I feel there. Taking a little bit of unneeded damage, but it's only to the armor.
I'd actually say that if the Pastafarians rushed in now to try and take out Hammerfell, provided they got the timing right, provided that Hammerfell wasn't in a perfect position to counter them, they could really take down Hammerfell quickly. And once Hammerfell's down, it's not very hard to take down Messerschmitt because he's alone, he has nothing but those flamers and the lumberjack to deal with.
Totally agree. But it looks like the Hammerfell might have realized something along that line and has pulled up alongside the Messerschmitt, maybe grouping up for a charge into the cloud?
Maybe listening?
Maybe. No, because they only would have just heard it.
It's closer to... Yeah, okay, fair enough. I don't know, actually. I think the delay on the stream really isn't all that long. We'll get the players to tell us afterwards. So yeah, I don't really know what to say, but this is turning into kind of a tiny bit of a sniping match, which is odd considering the setups of these teams. I mean, I don't think we've ever seen a gap flak setup try and snipe before. I mean, they can do it with heavy clip and certain ranges, obviously not Northern Fjord style ranges.
Less sniping, I feel more just cautious. Neither wants to charge into that cloud or charge out of that cloud because it's just
it's pretty impressive at the moment. M&S managing to land shots through the clouds and
get a spot on Guy Ladouche. And the Hammerfell does have the advantage of having both the field gun and the Artemis, so theoretically they're going to be able to do, well, actually no, statistically they're going to be able to do more damage. However, the actual accuracy of the shots, wow, Messerschmitt landing 2 lumberjack shots, managing to sink the Guy Ladouche. The balloon will be gotten back up pretty quickly though, unless the wow, Messerschmitt taking a lot of focus fire from the die walk on Guy Ladouche. Armor going down. Oh,
and it's up.
Taking a tiny bit of total hull damage there.
Messerschmitt's still landing those lumberjack shots though. I mean, throughout the game we have seen that Garen Regent is really quite good with that lumberjack. And he's using greased rounds on it as well, not heavy clip.
Yeah. That
is not something you see normally on a lumberjack. And it seems to be working quite well for them.
Let's have a look at what equipment is had. On the Hammerfell, we have hydrogen, kerosene, impact bumpers, and we have heavy clip, burst and greased, and no buff kits, just fire extinguishers. We've got Phoenix Claw, impact bumpers, and kerosene on the Messerschmitt, with a mix of chemical spray, fire extinguisher, incendiary rounds, burst rounds, and charged rounds, I think. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Oh, hold on. What? No! Die Walker, why? Oh, wow, the Die Walker is way too far ahead. No, it's not. The Guy Ladouche quickly closing in. Oh, wow, there's not enough damage.
Like I said.
There's not enough damage. Hammerfell is going to fall! Oh, Pastafarians. Oh!
Nicely done.
Are they pulling this back? Messerschmitt needs to get out of there right fucking now.
Well, if we've seen one thing this match, it is that Messerschmitt is incredibly good when it comes to getting out of combat. He's just reversing straight through these canyons. He knows them like the back of his hand, I think. But Ladouche is there and he's chasing, and that is a gap flak pyramidion.
Oh, yeah, that is hurting. He's just managed to dodge those 2 flak shots off his forward bow. Oh, Hammerfell! Come on! Oh, no, Hammerfell has... Oh, too fast, not enough. Oh, but the ram has actually kind of nicely turned him into the Guy Ladouche. Messerschmitt's armor is still down. Oh, he's managed to get into a position.
Ladouche is taking huge damage, but he's in the tar. Hammerfell's in the tar.
Die Walker, forget...
Hammerfell's guns are down.
Forget Messerschmitt. You need to turn onto Hammerfell right now. You need to turn onto Hammerfell, or Guy Ladouche is going to fall as soon as they get that fucking gun back up. Ladouche ramming into the rock, managing to get a really good turn on it. Hammerfell's armor is down. Can Guy Ladouche open up with those front guns? No, his turning engines look to be out. Oh, it looks like Hammerfell tried for a ram on the Die Walker. Didn't manage to get it. The Die Walker, oh, he's just feeling fine at this point.
Hammerfell's armor is down.
Give a shit. Oh, God.
Not able to do anything. This is so close.
Guy Ladouche closing in on Hammerfell. The engines, 2 of the engines are down on the Hammerfell. Its maneuverability seriously reduced. The Die Walker looked like he's keeping Messerschmitt out with his starboard side broadside. Hammerfell taking a huge amount of damage. Double gap. Pastafarians pull it back. Beautifully done. From a 4-1, they pull it back in 2 beautifully performed fights.
That is exactly what we've come to expect from Pastafarians over the past few weeks.
That is exactly what I wanted from this match.
That is a good Canyons
and
match.
A comeback. That is what Canyons is about, ladies and gentlemen. If you ever see a sniping map on Canyons, insult that team. Putting it out there.
No, don't insult that team. We're not supposed to tell people to insult that team. Just
I don't care.
Light mockery. Very light mockery. Like a sprinkling of mockery.